You need to find ways to enjoy it, because otherwise if you hate it, it's like any job, you're not going to want to do it. To me, it was leaving my market and starting again in a new area, because I wasn't feeling challenged anymore. I think it's hard to find something if you're just coasting along. I think you've just constantly got to find ways to challenge yourself and do better.
Look at this guy. Look at him on his porch. I thought I'd pop over to Will's place before we film tomorrow and check out his new red light therapy bed and sauna, which is good. Get a little recovery in before tomorrow's big day. Oh, look at that. So when do you do this?
I do it before the sauna every night.
Before the sauna every night, and that is good. It's actually a solarium.
Mm-hmm.
That's awesome. Got sauna, Odin.
Oh, hey.
Is this one of your favourite rituals to do?
Yeah, Ronaldo and I love it. We usually put the kids to bed and then come in here and just spend 30 minutes decompressing and going over the day. There's a plasma TV over there which sometimes we'll put on and the sound will come through here if we want to zone out, but usually we'll just kind of chat. It's a nice way to do it, and we end up having really good sleep as well.
That's awesome. Do you ice bath after this as well?
Nah, just in the morning.
Just in the morning?
Yeah. I think, I mean, it depends on what you listen to, but I believe if you want to have a good sleep, you want to go to bed with a cold core. So if you're hot on the outside, your core's cooling down on the inside. You don't want to be freezing and then you're heating up. But she often won't want to do it as well.
So how long do you do in here usually?
A half hour?
At what temperature? 60?
Yeah, should get to like 62.
Every night?
5 times a week, I reckon. And then I'll do it in the morning sometimes instead.
And do you hydrate with anything at the same time? Or?
Yeah, water.
Just water?
Yeah, that's the water. That's the cooler there, nice and close.
Spring water?
Yeah.
Do you use electrolytes or anything like that?
Yeah, sody.
Sody?
Yeah, just a plain sea salt, magnesium and potassium mix.
Yeah, awesome. Today's episode is a little different. I'm here with Will Phillips, someone who was once my boss, but more importantly, one of the best leaders I've ever known, and now a close friend. When I first worked with him, I was a young guy experimenting with diets, just trying to figure myself out, and he was always the one questioning me, pushing me to think deeper. Fast forward to now, and it's come full circle. I've had the chance to coach both Will and his team, and to see him invest in his own health protocols. It's incredible. So we're standing here in his home in Byron Bay, where he's built the lifestyle that's both high performance and wholesome. We're talking about infrared saunas, red light therapy, Odin ice baths, there's chickens running around, and acres of land that just breathe balance. It's a setup that makes you better just simply being there. And it's not about ego, it's about progress, creating an environment where you can thrive. Will and his team are doing incredible things, leading the #1 sales company in Byron Bay, breaking records, with one of his agents just hitting the $1 million in GCI. And today I'm taking you behind the scenes, a walkthrough of Will's world, how he's built it, and why it's working, and I think you'll take a lot from it.
How cold is that? 5.6.
5.6?
Yeah.
It used to be like 2 to 3, and I thought if you have a week off, your body does it. Climatise.
Så this is the home setup. We get the Odin ice bath and then air, infrared sauna, which is so good to have. That's so clean. So while he's doing that, no, I need to get out. It's a little biohacking facility here, isn't it? Mate, this is great for inflammation. It's a red light panel, which basically, it's a different wavelength of light which enters a different part of the skin, deeper into the skin, and stimulates the mitochondria, which is great for, it also is great for collagen production in the skin, so it can help with fine lines. It's just another longevity tool that we can use to better our health. He likes to do this. You do this in the evening, Will?
Yeah, 10 minutes and then the sauna.
So he does 10 minutes in the evening, and then he does straight into the sauna as well every night, which is like, mate, that's music to my ears. I love that. Oh, mate, she's cold, isn't she?
Shoulders. Get those shoulders over, mate.
I'm too big. So about, I would say about 18 months ago, I was working with Will to get his protocols on point, and we sort of said like, what's the best protocols that we can do, you know, bang for the buck, and I think the sauna's probably one of the best for him because it's not only great for his health, but it also allows him a connection point with his partner. So look, I'm sure he'll tell you, but every evening he gets in there with his partner, he can actually just unwind and connect, and it's, you know, like, we might listen to some music or a podcast, but most of the time he said that they're just talking in there, which I think is so good.
Yeah, so
at the end of the day, it's amazing.
It's a bit of a connection time for the relationship as well.
Look, I'm so red.
Dude, you're fired up for the day. Oh, bit of electrolytes.
Yeah. Left my water bottle at the office, so I got to use one of these.
Well, that smells good. What is that?
Mate, this is amino acids and electrolytes.
Sure.
It's raw. Gym time, baby.
Like I'm in bed by 8:30 to 9. I get my 8 hours. I think as long as your sleep's dialed in, you can kind of get up at any time you want.
Yeah.
You know?
Yeah, exactly. No, I mean, even Keelan and I last night, like, got home 9 o'clock because I was in Queensland and up later, even though I was in Sydney before. My time schedule was up 3 hours already.
Yeah.
I'm like now trying to go to sleep.
Yeah.
I'm pressuring sleep.
Yeah.
And that means I don't sleep, and we get up at 4:30. Like, if I was to do that consistently,
Yeah.
I would completely burn out. I'd be
right.
fucked.
I think like
But sleep, I think, is the key.
how good, brother.
Great,
How
right?
good.
Fuck yeah. In the ram.
I just like it's like, you know, when I said the red light and
Yeah.
you're like, why do you use it?
Yeah.
And I said, because you told me to. I'm just like, I'm a big believer in just doing what the professionals,
Yeah.
you know, like just, you pay someone else to tell you what to do in other fields, you know what I mean?
Yeah.
Like I just find when you're time poor, or you've got kids and you want to use your time elsewhere, you can do your own research, or you just rely on smarter people than you. Take clues from successful people or people who have spent time doing the research, you know what I mean? I'm probably a bit further on the spectrum and down the spectrum where like I'll spend the money and get it and then kind of try, whereas I probably should hire it or go to a, you know, like a red light place or so. But I don't know, I mean, when I see enough social proof, then I'll probably just, you know, kind of lean into that. And I hate starting with because we'll either start with a rower or the ski erg, and it really gasses me, and which I don't enjoy. But if I do the ice bath first, because I've already done something I don't want to do, the rest is easy. Like I find it easier. Whereas if I wake up sluggish and I know that I'm about to gas myself on the ski erg, it like compounds it.
What up, y'all? Yeah, soundtrack, what's poppin', baby? Y'all ain't know, I go by the name of Lupe Fiasco, representing that first and 15. Yeah.
They love Uncle Lincoln.
Hello. Hey,
So do the dogs.
Hello. How's it going?
This is Max's birthday
Oh
present.
no, that's sick.
We can't show Max though, can we? It's a secret, isn't it?
That is such a cool bike.
Should we go check if the eggs have given us some? The chickens have given us some eggs for breakfast.
Absolutely.
Let's go.
Hello, Polly. How'd you sleep, Audrey? Good.
This is after a week. This grass, like it grows so fast. It was cut a week ago.
Hold on, let's check this out. What are we doing? Look at the chickens here. This is so sick. Here's breakfast and lunch.
Not funny. They've got names. We don't eat them. Oh, we got eggs.
How many?
5 today, sweetie. That's pretty good, isn't it?
How good is that?
Cook some breakfast for the guys. What do you reckon?
How good's
The
it?
girls love. They pick the mulberries off the tree. Look at this, Coco. These ones here, the black. Those black ones. Try it.
Love
Trust me.
mulberries.
I got going.
Oh, you got going, you know. You got to eat the black ones.
What are we having for breakfast, mate?
Mate, we're going to have bacon and fresh eggs from the chickens.
Nice.
This is from the local IGA, which is nitrate free. So, tastes delicious.
I think Sparky's waiting for that as well.
Have a whiff. Smell that.
Oh my God. Seriously,
Amazing smell.
that is an amazing smell. What's your normal breakfast look like?
Normal breakfast?
Yeah.
Eggs, and I'll have eggs with smoked salmon or bacon or avocado. Sometimes if I'm not that hungry, I might have some Greek yogurt and maybe like a bit of this keto granola that I've got.
Are you keto at the moment?
Keto muesli sort of nuts.
Are you keto at the moment?
Try not to eat too many carbs. It kind of worked for me last year.
Do you find protein helps you with the sustainable energy?
Just keeps me feeling more full.
Yeah.
Get less of a sweet tooth as well. I've got a massive sweet tooth.
Do you?
Yeah.
Under the magnolia tree again. We fell in love.
We've been for a
Unfortunately.
workout this morning. We've done the ice bath. We did a bit of a red light and had an incredible PT session. Got to see Big Willie's biceps in action, which is good. He's looking good. We just got some eggs. We had to cook up a nice breakfast and then get stuck into the day. And I believe it's all before 7 o'clock. So one of the reasons that Willie gets up early is that he can spend time with the family, getting breakfast ready and spending some time, having some present time with them before the busy day, which I think is amazing. We can all learn a thing or two from that. So nearly time to eat. How different is this morning routine, the one that you had in Sydney?
Crazy. So usually on a Thursday and a Friday, well not usually, but this year I've been dropping Coco to school. So I'd drop her at 8:30, like 8:30 and then be in by bit after that. I'd be so stressed in Sydney if that was my routine,
Yeah.
you know?
Yeah.
Because everyone's in by 7:45.
Well, I like it because like it shows that you're still up early, but it doesn't necessarily mean that you're getting into the office super early.
That's right.
I think a lot of people are like, oh, I've got to get up early and then get to the office super early, and that means that
Yeah.
equates to more success.
Yeah.
But like the question is, does it actually?
Yeah. I think it's just a different way of working. Like, for example, if I get in later, like I leave, like let's say I want to get home for dinner time, I'll actually leave and then I'll turn my phone off, like on flight mode, and I'll then, when the kids go to bed, I'll sometimes go back online. So instead of kind of like, you know, the 8:30 till 5, and then I leave and I feel like I've got stuff, or I can't leave because I've got to stay later. I'll leave, get home, turn the phone off, and then if I've got to return people's calls or I haven't finished, I'll jump back on after the kids are asleep for, 45 minutes. Hello. Little man. Oh, little man.
Good morning, Maxie.
Yeah. You had a good sleep. Who are these two?
Good morning, Maxie.
Can I take this off? Have a kiss? Mwah! Oh. Well, go kiss? Lincoln kiss?
Kiss me? That one.
Thank you, little man. So she's a sleep trainer, for newborns and stuff. And he went to bed at 6, and it's now almost 7. He's sleep 12 hours.
Really?
High five. Big sleep. Yeah. Can you carry them out for me? We'll go outside and eat together and have some bacon. Still hot, Link? Still hot, Maxi Boo?
Which one's which?
Doesn't matter. Cool. Baby. Ah! Does anyone want any avocado?
Yes, please. What's the difference between an agent who lasts 5 years and 20?
I'd say enjoyment. You need to find ways to enjoy it, because otherwise if you hate it, it's like any job, you're not going to want to do it. So
How do you maintain enjoyment when things get tough?
well, for me it was leaving my market and starting again in a new area, because I wasn't feeling challenged anymore. I think it's hard to find something if you're just coasting along. I think you've just constantly got to find ways to challenge yourself and do better. So for me, it was to leave Sydney, have a year off, to step out of the market, and then come back and do it all again in a very different way.
Well, we're here in Sotheby's, Byron Bay. Will Phillips' office, he's the director here and the owner. He's just started this office a couple of months ago. He's already got an amazing team of staff. And yeah, we're just so grateful to be here. We're going to be coaching some of them as well, going through how to find more intentionality and efficiency within your business and personal life, so that there's less friction to where you're really wanting to go, which is career success, commercial success, but also finding fulfillment and balance and some meaning in your personal life, marrying them together. So how do we do that? But yeah, I'm just stoked to be back in Byron. It's a great energy here. This office is amazing. The culture that they're developing is awesome. They're enthusiastic, they're hungry, they're open to feedback, and they're very coachable. And I think that, to me, is awesome. I just love that. Mate, it was so great to see you with the kids this morning. But if your kids were watching your daily routine, what would they learn?
They would see, firstly, they'd see us having fun. We actually have a lot of fun in the office. We've got heaps of laughs, and that's what I wanted here. So we try not to take it all too seriously, but they'd see probably a high level of organisation and focus. Yeah, for me, my days are pretty structured, because if I'm not here, I want to be at home with the kids.
A lot of people in real estate, obviously it's an all-encompassing career and industry.
Yeah.
What would you say is like the 80-20 of real estate to getting to a high level and being able to remain consistently performing?
Organisation. So everyone's got the same amount of hours in their day. Efficiency, productivity, that's what it comes down to, right? So if I want to have time with my kids, then I need to be efficient when I'm in here, delegate, use my time intelligently, and to be organised so I know exactly what my next task is. I apply myself and move on to the next, and get as much done as possible within the time I have.
I've heard a lot of agents that I've spoken to that have worked with you have said that you don't deliberate on decisions too much. Like you can make efficient decisions and then move on to the next one.
Yeah.
For someone that may struggle with taking time, trying to make the right decision, is there something that you would offer to them to?
Yeah, I think what's the saying? I've heard somewhere. It's analysis paralysis. Have you heard that before?
Yeah.
Where you basically you overthink something. I think you need to trust your gut, and if you're good enough, you can kind of go with the flow anyway. You need to be fluid, and you need to I think you do need to make quick decisions.
How do you make quick decisions?
I'd say the experience comes into it, but I don't get too attached to the outcome, because I know that if one way doesn't work, I can pivot and do another way. A lot of it's trial and error, and you need to be comfortable being uncomfortable by doing something new, be different. And that's why I think it makes it easy for me to make those quicker decisions, because I'm not like, this way doesn't work, everything's ruined.
Do you encourage your team members to make the same have the same mindset around that?
Yeah, absolutely, for sure.
Yeah.
And I think probably stress or pressure comes into it. I try not to apply any pressure and try to have them as stress-free as possible, clearer mind, calmer decisions. It's not the end of the world if it stuffs up. I think, when I work with you in the past or others, I'm encouraging people to stuff up, because then you realise it's not the end of the world, and then you know that decision isn't monumental.
That's awesome. I love that. For someone that is looking up to someone in the industry and is like, they feel like, what I see in the industry as well, and like I'm included in this, can be very impressionable. And it's like, this way is the right way. And sort of in this setting of podcasting, it's kind of like, do this, do that. How does someone find their own style in real estate?
I think being yourself, like when I was coming up, there was a lot of scripts and dialogues, a lot of trainers, and I actually didn't want to emulate them. A lot of people will do what, Josh Fegan says or Tom House, and I'll use these lines. I think you just got to find your own flair and be yourself.
How have you learned to be yourself and find your own style?
So I'd say like my style is, I'm pretty direct with people, and clients really like that. I don't beat around the bush. I don't sugarcoat things. I'm charismatic and I'm enthusiastic, but I'm no fuss as well, and that's worked for me. So how does someone find what works for them? It's a difficult thing to advise, but I think, again, trial and error, trialing new things. I would have done a lot of different things in the early stages of my career, and I would have picked up what works and what doesn't, and I've probably stuck to that.
When you're looking for someone to join your team, new members, what are some characteristics that you actually look for in?
Good attitude.
Yeah.
Good attitude, hard work ethic, open to feedback, open-minded, vulnerable, willing to show that they're not the best, and that they're willing to tell me where they've stuffed up and where they think they can do better, and maybe share some challenges they've got in their life. That, to me, that's someone who I think clients would really like to deal with, and someone who I certainly want to work with as well. So that, the skills can be taught. I've been doing it for a long time. I can teach that, and they can learn it. I can't teach the right attitude. I can't teach hunger, and it's very hard to teach someone to be vulnerable if they've sort of kind of got a hard shell around them. It takes a while to craft that.
And you find that investing in your team is really important. Obviously, I've just come on board to help with some coaching.
Yeah.
Why did you feel like you needed someone else to help with the team?
I think a couple of reasons. If I'm honest, I think another lens is really valuable. So I've been in the industry 19 years. The majority of that was spent at one agency, and then I've been at another one for 2 years, and I've just launched the Sotheby's Environment Base 6 months ago. My perspective is, it's pretty narrow. So I find a trainer like yourself who are dealing with agents from all different areas and people from different industries, you're going to have sort of tools in your arsenal that I just don't have, because I've been probably tunnel vision for so long. So I can help them with the day-to-day, and I love doing that. I've got this listing, I'm struggling, or how do I negotiate this? But other than that, from an organisation, a lifestyle, maybe a mental health point of view, I think someone like yourself, it's a no-brainer. And I owe it to the team. I came to the decision I need to invest, because they choose to come here every day and spend more time here than they do with their kids. It's the least I can do is try and make them better people.
I love that. What is the vision for, one, the Will Phillips brand, and two, the Sotheby's Byron Bay brand?
Yeah, the Will Phillips brand, I think, I'm comfortable with where it is. I don't want to be an all-star, and, don't want to be, on too much Instagram or anything like that. But from a business point of view, I would like a team where I'm not the all-star, where everyone's getting listing calls and I can just help them grow, and we're all sort of, we're all contributing ideally on a level playing field. At the moment, it's a little bit more skewed because I've got a lot more experience. But if I can develop a good team and we're all kind of lifting at the same level, and they're having a really good life, kicking their goals, the burden isn't on me as much, and I can do other things that I love. which is mainly, you know, spending time with my family. So that sounds like a pretty good work-life balance.
Yeah, what type of leader do you feel you are?
Caring, compassionate, but focused and driven to see people excel. Yeah, I don't care about stuffing up, but if I'm honest, what bothers me is not trying. That annoys me. Lazy, not trying, because I find, you know, there's other people are putting in, and I feel like if you're taking a piss and you're not, then that does get to me a bit, which I don't actually see much of, if I'm honest. But that is something that would bother me. Yeah, there's someone in my team who their job is to make phone calls. Thought of doing it in front of other people scares the shit out of them. Hate the thought of it. And they're a young agent. They've got other agents around them that are very experienced. And speaking to other agents in the industry, they'd be like, "I'd make them do it." It's just not my style. Like if they're happy to, I'd make them do it in front, in the office where their colleagues can hear, because that's what scares them the most. And this person likes to go out and do it in another space. No problem. If you're getting the work done and I'm not going to break your confidence and you're going to come to work shit scared because you've got to, I don't know, it's just not my style.
What is the best way to build confidence in real estate?
Buy work. Because to do buy work, you need product knowledge. Effectively, anything with confidence comes down to being sure that you're going to be able to deliver the goods. If you don't know your stuff, can't talk intelligently to someone. So, product knowledge and buyer work. When you're talking to buyers, you get information and you've done the work and you've looked at other properties. Go look at this one. I'm going to help you. That gives you a lot of confidence. When you're just chasing sellers, oh hi, it's Will from Sotheby's. Piss off. Hi, it's Will from Sotheby's. Lincoln, I just want to see how your buyer search is going. Might have something coming up next week. Oh really? What one is it? See the difference? All of a sudden, my call's gone from rejection to, come in. How can you help me? And that in the early stages builds a lot of confidence. So the rest becomes a lot easier.
And developing your sense of self in real estate, I think in any industry can be challenging if it's all encompassing. How do you feel like you've built a sense of self outside of Will as a real estate agent, and how can others sort of do the same?
I feel like I definitely have. But you just need boundaries. That's like, you know, and when you went back to the 80-20 and me saying efficiency, the other thing is boundaries, and I think to build, you know, your sense of self where your whole life isn't, you know, engrossing in your job, you need boundaries. You know, like for example, where I live in the hinterland, I would love to live near the beach. I'd love to live near the beach. I walk out the door, there's 20 neighbours. Oh, Will, how's the market? Will, what did this sell for? Oh, there's no disconnect. I go away to the hinterland, there's no neighbours, the kids run around. I can, I can really kind of be myself, disconnect. So just little things like that, turning my phone off when I get home, look into the morning, booking holidays, booking regular circuit breakers, weekends. That's a big one for me. I think, in my 20s and a lot of agents I'd speak to, every Saturday for 6 months, 12 months, like maybe a holiday here or there, that's insufferable. Whereas like these little circuit breakers, just little 2 nights away.
Little pattern interrupt.
Oh, so good.
Yeah, it's awesome.
So good. And to do something you want to do as well. I love traveling and exploring and trying new things. To me, that's, yeah.
I noticed this within myself and also clients that I work with, that even though it's great to have these circuit breakers and structured time off. However, what I've noticed is there's still a underlying feeling of guilt for not being productive or taking time not working. And how do you get over that?
That's a really good question. I think, the reason I moved to Byron was to be more financially free. So depends on what stage you're at. The guilt will come from, I think, two areas. I'm not making more money. I should be making more money, or my peers are going to judge me, right? After a while in the industry, I don't care what my peers think, right? And plus, I'm quite successful as it is, and I'm really comfortable with where I'm at. So what other people think isn't of my concern. Plus, I'd probably tell my younger self, even if I was taking time off and I was feeling like that, I'm on my own journey. Why am I comparing my level 5 to someone's level 10 and vice versa? They can judge me now in year 5. What about in year 10? You see what I mean? So, and the other thing is financially, I think when I realized that more doesn't necessarily mean more happiness than, you know, taking time away with the kids and spending time with them instead of trying to make more commission for money that, you know, I can buy an investment property or something. Yeah, it's
So just on that, so I think it's still important to recognize that you're saying like having your base needs taken care of is important.
Yeah.
And if you need to work a little bit more to make that happen, then that's important. But like, don't sacrifice everything for the sake of judgment of others, what other people think, and also
or more possessions.
or more possessions.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's awesome.
I think, look, just to be clear, like when I left, you know, my previous agency in Lloyd Sotheby's, I went back into probably Sydney work mode where I doubled down. Like I knew I had to dig deep and I had to do long hours, and I'm out of that now, and I was okay with it at the time because it's what I had.
The season that you were in was
Exactly. And I actually really enjoyed it. I said to myself, I'll have to see the kids less for 6 months or whatever it is.
But you still saw the kids though, and you still made time for them.
Yeah,
So there was still
even more than I would have in Sydney, but still.
Yeah.
You know, but now that I'm through that and I've got kind of, you know, I'm sort of just a clear pathway. I'm back to that balance.
Do you feel proud of yourself?
Yeah. Because I want to be a good dad. That's like my number one thing. And I feel like my wife's amazing, and I feel like I'm a good dad, and that's what's most important. Yeah.
Double bye for the camera. Double bye for here it is. Thanks, mate. That was awesome. I appreciate that. It's been about 7 months since I sat down and had that conversation with Will, and I was just reflecting on the video, and I feel so inspired, and I feel so grateful to be able to sit down and have that conversation and spend time with Will and learn from Will and see how he sets up his mornings and ultimately sets up his day, which sets up the business and his team and his success. And one thing I took away from Will is that his priorities are so dialed. He knows what he wants. He's really clear on what he wants, and he goes after it and he gets it. And that tenacity and that dedication, commitment and discipline is permeating throughout his team, and that's why the results are starting to come for him. And he lives a very balanced and holistic life, and I think that is so important in today's world, in today's real estate industry and business industry, is to have a foundation of which you can build your success upon, right? Having a monetary goal is so crucial, but also having the ability to understand, well, what is the meaning and fulfillment that will allow me to experience? And that's what I believe Will's dialed in, and that's what I believe in my life I've created and will continue to create. And I hope that you guys watching this can feel the same, and it gives you some inspiration to be like, well, how is it that I want to live if I'm not on default mode? What lifestyle do I want to operate with? And yeah, it was just so great to sit down and look. I'm wanting to bring more of these videos out of how people live a bit different and how they perform differently. And not just real estate, but business people, sports people, entrepreneurs, and give you the juice so that you can decide, hey, how do I want to show up? What life do I want to live? So thanks for watching. I appreciate you sticking around. If you did enjoy it, drop a comment, a like, a subscribe, whatever you feel is necessary, and stick around because I'm going to keep these coming. And I appreciate you, and I'll see you in the next one.